Iranians don't believe the United States has the capability to sustain this operation. Secretary of War says we have the will, we have the commitment, we have the munitions, and we've only just begun to fight. And Admiral Cooper said all of these things that we've been doing, the Navy, the stockpiles, the deep bunkers, we've been systematically destroying their missile production capability, and ticked off a list of targets, and says tonight and the next few days over Iran, we're going to have a lot of firepower. Kayleigh, what'd you think?
It was incredible to hear from Admiral Brad Cooper. He said in the last 72 hours, we've taken out 200 targets. He said in the last hour, there have been dozens of bunker missiles. He said dozens of penetrator bombs, I should say, that went into deeply buried missile launchers in Iran. You noted the ballistic missile attacks coming from Iran down 90%. He said they have sunk 30 ships in the Iranian Navy. There's an Iranian drone ship, he said, that as we speak is on fire. That is a real-time update. It's incredibly impressive. And when you hear Pete Hegseth at the top of those remarks say Iran is calculating that we're going to run out of fuel here, we're going to put our foot on the brakes. And he said that is a bad miscalculation. And you look at, we're 6 days in. Day one, the Ayatollah is gone, 49 other leaders. Then all of a sudden, they're counting votes for the next Ayatollah, wipe out 88 leaders. You wipe out, decimate their entire Navy. And then, of course, the first sinking of an enemy ship by a torpedo since World War II. This is impressive. And my question for all the Democrats who voted against this, if not now, when? When did you plan on keeping religious fanatics from obtaining a nuclear weapon and potentially destroying civilization? Now is the time. President Trump is commander-in-chief.
So these two men believe the mission is going extremely well and ahead of schedule. How do you think it's going?
I hope that they're right. I think that what is clear is a couple of things from this, and I thought both the Secretary of Defense and the CENTCOM commander did a great job. The American people are curious about the timeline. I heard what Greg said at the outset, and I do think there's some people who sheepishly say that, yes, you know, we want Iran to not have a nuclear weapon. I certainly want to be clear. I want them not to have a nuclear weapon. I think the president laid out a few weeks ago, and even at his State of the Union, that we would not allow that to happen. I think the question now is, are we going to eliminate their ability, which many people thought we may have done last June, or are we going to eliminate people? And if that will take a longer period of time. I heard Secretary Hegseth say, look, we are built for this fight, and we will fight it till its end, and we have the munitions to ensure that as long as it takes, we will be there to fight it. I think that's where there's some discomfort amongst Americans whose appetite for long wars over the last 20 years is just extinguished. But I agree with what we were saying, and we were not on air. They need to do more of these, and they need to get their message even tighter and more consistent. Because at the end of the day, no sane American wants the Iranians to have a nuclear weapon. No sane American wants their ballistic industrial base to live. But at the same time, we all want to know, even those of us sane ones who are Democrats, how long is this going to take? And I think I'm joined by a lot of Republicans in asking that question as well.
And after a few days, we got a base agreement with the Brits in the Indian Ocean. Pete said that's going to be helpful.
Yeah. And also the British are ridiculous to even think about letting it go anyway. So I think holding their feet to the fire on that is important. I think the CENTCOM briefings are excellent. So if you're looking for additional sources, they might not always make it on air here because there's so many other things going on. If you want more information, CENTCOM briefings are great. And they're doing something that is smart because they have something in the morning and then something in the afternoon because it's a 24-hour media cycle. But it's such a different way of communicating because now you're also competing with the algorithm like on TikTok. It's not good. It's very anti-Israel, guys. So just be cautious about that. The thing that's curious is that there's so little video coming out from inside Iran. And it's strange. Like, think about even like the protests. We had a lot of video during the protests. They had Starlink, as I understand it. The Chinese provided some technology to the Iranians that allow them to jam Starlink. So when the 30 to 34,000 people were killed by the Iranians on January 8th and 9th, there's no video. There's no video of the grieving. There's the protest. And I hope that could turn around because I think that's a very powerful communications tool. Is what are they thinking? What are they saying? We're sort of guessing, like, what do the people inside Iran want? We can talk to people who live here in America, who have been here for a long time, but even they are having a hard time communicating back and forth. So if there's one angle that I'm looking for in the next 48 hours, I'd love to see more from inside of the country, especially as Pete Hegseth, or maybe it was Admiral Cooper said to the Iranian people, still stay inside. We're working on it. Be patient. But I would love to hear from more of them.
Greg.
I don't know. I was a little disappointed. Where was the land acknowledgement at the start? And I didn't see a lot of diversity up there.
You thought it was going to be Bradley Cooper, right?
Yeah, I saw. What did I see there? Two white males. Not a lot of, just a lot of toxic masculinity. You know, it does say something that there's almost no criticism I've seen of the actual strike or the incursion itself. That's because the opening gambit was so decisive and unquestionably awesome. It's like you can't criticize it. So almost all of the criticism, and a lot of it is legitimate, is the phase that hasn't happened yet. It's like, well, what's next? Well, what next? I can guarantee you the person that is asking how long this is the loudest is Trump. Because, I mean, you think you're impatient? This guy doesn't get into something until he already knows how to get out of it. You know, he's like a rock band that has another hotel room next to his hotel room, so he can say, I'll be right back, and then he just leaves. I learned that from somewhere. But, you know, I do think, like, normally this feels like it would already be over. Like, when you completely clean out the head and leave the body, you just think maybe there's just nobody who can declare surrender because they're dead. I don't know. But I don't see how this thing can continue much longer. But I'm not a military expert, although many people think I am.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.